Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. As Mike's Talks and Thoughts here, back here with another video for you guys. And today we are here of course with the Mayans MC season 5 reviews, and today we are here with episode number 7, The Fear of Death, I Eat the Stars. What a interesting title here for this episode. And as you guys have probably noticed here, got the haircut here, so definitely gonna be looking a little bit different here for these future videos here. I hope you guys still enjoy me here. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into this episode. And of course, with every one of these Mayans episodes, I will be going into spoilers for the episode. So if you have not seen the episode yet, definitely watch it and then come back to this video once you have. We can have a great discussion about everything that's been going on for this episode, as well as the rest of Mayans. So yeah, this episode here, all I have to say is there was a ton of death in this episode. And yeah, there was just a lot of big crazy deaths that happened, and definitely a big factor in this episode. This is where a lot of shit went down, man. I thought that they'd be following it up with last week's episode, but this week, man, it just hit, man. It seemed like this episode was going to be a little bit slower at first, and then it just picked up the last like 20 minutes. It was just really crazy. So a lot of crazy plots going on here. The group that the Mayans have been working with, this little women motorcycle group, we see Letty is sort of like joined their group. That's sort of like the opening of this episode here. Really interesting to see how Letty, has changed over the course of time. When she first started on the show, she was just like the hoe that was Coco's daughter, and now she is kind of developing and finding herself more and more. And the Mayans here, lots to talk about here with the Mayans. The big plot point of this episode here was, of course, them officially sort of becoming rulers of the prison here, or having control inside. So they are able to fund this, operation for the drugs that they are peddling here, and we see how they're able to make a deal and how they're able to now have control of the prisons here, which gives them a lot of leverage inside for anyone who's inside. The Mayans have say so, and sort of easiest way to stop this war. But that does not go unnoticed here when Diaz and members from Oakland come down and scream, you killed a member of Charming, man. So that leads us to last episode with Happy, man, and just all the shit that went down there. Crazy to see everything that unfolded, and Easy sort of explains their plan to Oakland, and Diaz sort of calms down, but then they get their revenge. One of the members here, who I believe his father was one of the main charter members here of last season. He was, of course, killed by Diaz in the whole Mayan Civil War, and he sort of gets his payback on Diaz and his right-hand man. Both get killed in the aftermath, and that was a really big shocking moment. I didn't see them killing their own brothers, and just so much else went on. Creeper here. We gotta talk about Creeper, man. So the whole situation of the whole rat was an insane way that it played out here. So Creeper, of course, is looking to call Hank and reveal that Easy Reyes is the rat. He had told Hank earlier on that there was a rat inside, and last episode we found out it was Easy. It was either last episode or the episode before. I think it was the episode before, actually. Episode number 5, we found out that Easy is the rat, and that Creeper now knows about, and he's going to tell Hank here. But as he's going to tell Hank on the phone, there's a hit out for Creeper, and he gets stabbed like he did before, but this time they left their mark, man. And you could kind of tell from the way Easy was looking at Hank that he was sort of the one behind the hit here, of course, trying to protect himself. And this leads to Jess here, who was someone who was feeding SOA information last season when the war was starting to boil over here. She sort of gets blamed as the rat in this situation. They find out that she was the one giving information out, and that Nestor, he pretends to get close with her, close enough to where they're able to go out and drive alone, and he ends up killing her. So that's how they sort of solve the rat situation for now. But what is going to unfold after that, I'm not really sure, man. Easy seems like he has a lot of stuff going against him right now. Another killing here we have to talk about is the whole cartel with Emily here. The one guy who Easy had killed, I think, in season 2 or season 3, if I'm not mistaken. His mom has been, talking with Emily here, and she knows pretty much everything, trying to put the pieces together of her son's suicide as, Emily and Easy tried to stage it as. And Emily just going so much with her son, of course, and everything that went on last episode with him sort of wandering off. And she sort of says to her, you took my son away from me, now I'm going to take you away from your son. She goes to the bathroom, takes a object, and just beats the lady to death. So she ultimately just snaps in this moment, and we see just a new side of Emily that has come out in this episode. So that was very interesting to see here, and how that is going to unfold moving forward. We have the whole Adelita situation. This is probably the biggest, most shocking point in the episode, other than maybe the rat point, because that was 2 big deaths right there. And the whole Adelita situation, or should I say Luisa, because she tries to put off the Adelita name to Minnie here. Minnie was someone who we saw as an adversary, or someone who looked up to Adelita in the first couple seasons here, and she's able to track her down, and we see how Adelita goes and invades the LNG, and is able to take out a few people here and get this money to try and fund this farming operation for Minnie here, who she hasn't seen in a minute here. And Minnie, she does not take kindly to Adelita coming back, and after everything she put her through, and takes out Adelita here. So that's how Adelita goes out, with her being stabbed by one of her closest followers, and basically her second in command, especially among the children, when she was running her group back in the earlier seasons. And it was crazy to see how she went out, because I wasn't sure if I was really going to be a big fan of it. I'm still kind of iffy on it, because it was something that I wasn't really expecting, but it wasn't something really gratifying either. So I'll have to see how that goes, especially towards the end of the season, how the perception of her death is going to be taken by Angel, Felipe, and just the impact that it's going to have. Because like I said, I thought that she was maybe going to get killed by another cartel member, and her story was going to be sort of parallel to Felipe, maybe, to where her actions in the cartel would have gotten Angel killed, as Felipe's did to his wife. But we really just get Angel left on a cliffhanger here. We don't know what he's thinking here, and wondering where she's at, and it's really crazy to see, man. So that really just took up a lot of the episode here, especially towards the back end. Just like I said, so much death in this episode, so many people going. We have, of course, the mother of the guy who Easy and Emily took out a few seasons prior. Creeper here, which is a huge loss here for the whole story. I loved Creeper, man. You had Jess here, who I thought eventually was going to happen, but she was sort of always on the back burner. It never felt like this season she was really focused on, so she kind of got put towards the background. And then Adelita here, which was just the big nail in the coffin here for this episode, where I was watching, I was like, oh my gosh, man, they really went all out with the deaths in this episode. So really interesting to see what's going to happen now with Mayans having control inside. How is this going to affect SOA? We know now, of course, that War has for sure gotten back to charming about Happy. How are they going to proceed here? Easy predicts that, Isaac has been so erratic and such a distraction to the sons that they're going to have the upper hand now in this war. And we only have 3 episodes left here to see what's going to happen. And I don't really have any flat out predictions yet of like, this is what's for sure going to happen, or how I want to see it end from where they currently are. But I have some interesting ideas to where I think that they could go, but we'll have to see how they are able to execute these final 3 episodes. And of course, I'm hoping they just give us a good ending. Give us a good ending to all these characters, and please just wrap everything up to where we are very satisfied with the way that they're going out here for Mayans in this final season. And so yeah, with that, guys, this episode here is going to get an 8.5 out of 10. I think that this was a very solid episode, probably in the top 3 of Mayans season 5 for sure here. Definitely a lot of cool moments, a lot of memorable moments that a lot of people are going to look back on in this episode for this season here. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it here for this video here. I will see you guys next week. Of course, leave your thoughts down below in the comments section. Always love interacting with you guys, seeing what you have to say, and keeping up here and enjoying the Mayans MC content each and every week. So yeah, take care, everyone, and peace out.